Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Yesterday I was talking about the epidemic we have in Ireland of people being abusive and even violent to retail workers in supermarkets and such like. This doesn't stop there. You see the same way in which people, for example, treat hospital staff. Nurses, receptionists, people that work in hospitals, often working in an environment that is underfunded, and I'm sure they would love for it to be better funded, that they would love for it to be better managed. They would love to work, for example, in an emergency department where everyone's getting seen right away and nobody has to wait. And yet, whenever people do get angry and frustrated, and I can understand why they feel frustrated. I mean, sitting in an emergency room in a hospital for multiple hours is horrific. I hate it myself. I'll do anything I can to avoid it. I'd need to be near death's door before I'd let you take me near a hospital emergency room. But you know what? When that understandable frustration spins over into abuse of staff who haven't created the problem, that's totally out of order. One of the things we can do is when we see members of staff that are being treated in this way and that are under this kind of pressure, let's not just, I said yesterday, we shouldn't be part of the problem. We shouldn't be those that are abusing them. Of course we shouldn't as Christians, but let's go beyond that. Why don't we actually share love with them and share encouragement with them whenever they're getting abused by other people? A couple of examples of how we can do this. If you see somebody who's having a rough time and they're getting abused because of delays that are nothing to do with them, just say to them, you know what, I'm sure you're having a really bad day here, and I just want to thank you for the work you're doing for us. You may say, you know what, I'm a Christian. I'm praying for you because I know you've got a very difficult job to do and it's not easy for you. Sometimes just encouraging somebody when they're receiving discouragement from others can have a huge benefit to them. And I remember one time myself and my colleague Seamus Burke, we were on a plane. We were flying, I believe we were flying home from China. We were on a flight from Beijing to Paris, a long flight. And just along from us, 3 seats in a row, there's this woman has a little child. And the little child, you know what, it's a long flight for a child. So the child's sort of a bit grumpy and whimpering and moving around a bit and everything else. And the woman in front, every time that child made a noise, every time that child moved, this French woman was making these really loud, disapproving noises, like what right have that woman got to bring her child on a flight or whatever else. And we could see the mother was getting flustered. And whenever we landed in Paris, I just remember Seamus turning to her and saying, you know what, I just want to compliment you on how well your child has behaved. That was a really long flight, and it must have been very difficult for you. But your child did really, really well. And he just said, you know what, I'm so impressed at how you did that. And it was wonderful just looking at that woman's face, because she'd been getting this disapproval coming at her throughout the flight, and just for somebody to affirm her in that way was actually a powerful thing. Now, I thought that was great. I was also quite happy that the woman in front was giving us daggers because we weren't affirming her bad behavior in the way that she had treated this mother and this child. But you can affirm people that are being put through a difficult time by others, and sometimes it can even work to your advantage. You know what? Years back, I was going to Romania, and I was at Dublin Airport, and our flight was cancelled. I was flying with Malev, Hungarian Airlines, and they just cancelled the flight. I'm not even sure if that airline is still in existence anymore. Certainly doesn't deserve to be, the way it treated us that day. But the flight out to Budapest, and then I was flying on into Romania. The flight from Dublin to Budapest was just cancelled outright. Just your flight's cancelled, that's it. And we all had to go up to this office where there was this poor woman at a desk trying to deal with all these people. And you know what it's like. You've got plans, you've got connections to make. Everybody's angry, anxious, everything else. Everyone's shouting, and this poor woman's nearly in tears. So I waited until I got to the front of the line, and she's looking up at me, and she's probably looking at this grey-haired, grumpy-looking old guy and expecting more abuse. And I sat down at her desk and I said, you know what? I said, before we talk about my flight, I said, I just want you to know, I've been watching how people have been treating you. I said, and I know this isn't your fault, and you must be having a really, really difficult day. So hopefully we can work out and I can get my flights arranged, and this is not going to be an unpleasant experience for you, because I just know you're having a rough time, and I want you to know I'm a Christian. I'm praying for you. And you know what? These people that are giving you abuse, they're not representative. Not everybody's like that. And you're doing your job as best you can. I know that. Well, I want to tell you, that woman put me on, she rerouted me so easily. I went a different flight into Cluj in Romania. And you know what? She put me first class the whole way. I got upgraded the whole way. Just that little bit of concern, that hadn't been my motive. I wasn't trying to get something. I was genuinely concerned about the abuse this woman was taking. But just by being nice, I got an upgrade all the way to Romania, which was lovely, and I enjoyed every moment of it. So look, we are to be different as Christians. Not only must we not get caught up in this thing of abusing people who are just trying to serve us at times whenever we feel frustrated, delayed, angry, whatever. But let's see if we can spread blessing and encouragement as well. It's going to benefit the person who's having a rough day, and who knows, it might even benefit you as well. Have a great day today. God bless you. Join us again next time for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.